Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to predict UFC 281 that is happening in Madison Square Garden, New York on Sunday, November 13th. Depending on where you live, the timing will be depending on where you live. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Let's predict UFC 281. Of course, headlined by this ultimate grudge match, or this rivalry between Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. So today I'm gonna predict the main card only. So the main card starts off from this lightweight bout between Dan Hooker and Claudio Puelles. It's gonna be a tough fight, this one. I mean, Dan Hooker coming out of, I think it is 2 losses in a row. That's not good. Will he bounce back? I think it's gonna be a very tough fight, this one. I think Dan Hooker will win this fight. I think he'll bounce back in spectacular form. I fancy a knockout, actually. I think Dan Hooker by knockout. Maybe first round or second round. Moving on to this bantamweight fight between the legend Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. Frankie Edgar, of course, I think this is his farewell fight, his last fight in the UFC. And he hopes to get the job done against Chris Gutierrez. Not gonna be easy, because Chris is a savage. In fact, I'm going with Chris. I think Chris is just gonna be, too much for Frankie. Father Time has caught up to Frankie Edgar, and I think the UFC are just trying to set him off, And maybe will he retire? I'm not so sure, but I believe it's the end of the road for Frankie Edgar, and I'm going with Chris Gutierrez. Moving on to the people's main event, Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Michael Chandler. What a fight this is. This reminds me of the Justin Gaethje Michael Chandler extreme violent fight. That fight is the best fight I've ever seen. The best UFC fight I've ever seen. Justin Gaethje was Michael Chandler. This, I don't think it will live up to I don't think it will be better than the Justin Gaethje vs Michael Chandler fight, but I believe it will be an amazing fight. So who I think is gonna win? I think it's gonna be close. I'm gonna give the first round for Michael Chandler. It depends on the second round, because I think the third round Dustin Poirier will start putting on Michael Chandler. I don't think it's gonna go for decision. I think Dustin Poirier is gonna get the finish in round 3 maybe. I'm going Dustin Poirier TKO to get the W and defeat Michael Chandler. Moving on to the women's strawweight title bout. This is the co-main event, Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Esparza the champ, of course, by defeating Rose Namajunas. Rose Namajunas defeated Zhang Weili twice, so if we are talking MMA math, then it should be an easy win for Carla Esparza, because Carla defeated Rose, and Carla defeated Rose twice actually, and Rose defeated Zhang Weili twice. What a coincidence. But MMA math doesn't work. I'm sorry. Zhang Weili, I think, will get the job done and become the new women's strawweight champion. So I'm going with Zhang. The title, I believe, is going back to China. Moving on to this fight, the main event. Revenge. Will we get the revenge of Israel Adesanya? Or the downfall? and the emergence of a new dominant champion in Alex Pereira. It's very hard to predict this fight. There are many options that I can choose at the moment. I mean, this fight can go in many various different ways. Who I think is gonna win? I think the fight is gonna start. I think it's gonna start pretty slow, pretty cagey, you know, testing each other. But I have a feeling Alex Pereira is going to do it again. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, Israel, the style bender, of course, has gotten much better since they last fought, when he got knocked out by Alex. But you know, it's those inner demons that will haunt him. And I think Izzy might win the first couple of rounds, maybe. But I think he might get caught. I think he's a little bit too emotional in this fight. So I'll go with Alex Pereira and Nu. So I'm going 2 and Nu. Alex Pereira and Zhang. But of course, I would not be surprised if Israel Adesanya or Carla Esparza, to be more specific, Israel Adesanya, I would not be surprised if he defeats Alex Pereira via decision, maybe. I don't really see a knockout. I don't see Israel Adesanya knocking out Alex Pereira, but I can definitely see him win a decision. I can also see Alex Pereira win a decision, but I'm not going for that. That's too boring, you know. I think Alex Pereira to get the knockout in round 3 or 4. So that is it for this predictions. These are my predictions for UFC 281. Revenge or downfall? We will see. So I'm going downfall. I'm going Alex Pereira and Nu Zhang Weili and Nu Dustin Poirier defeat Michael Chandler, Chris Gutierrez to defeat Frankie, and Dan Hooker to defeat Claudia Puelles. That is it for this video. What do you think? Do you agree with my predictions? Or do you believe the champions will reign supreme? Thank you very much. Don't forget to drop a like button and comment down below, and share this video if you can. And thank you. Peace. See you in the next video. Bye bye.